Graph each parabola. Give the vertex, axis, domain, and range. The first thing I want to do is find the vertex. So the vertex, remember, if you have f of x is equal to x minus h squared plus k, the vertex is equal to hk. So if we look at our equation here, we need to set this equal to 0. So x minus 2 equal to 0, x is equal to 2. That gives us the h, the first number in our order pair. So we put a 2 here, and then k is just equal to this number here, so negative 3. So the vertex for our parabola is 2, negative 3. The axis of a parabola is always going to be x is equal to whatever your x value in your order pair is. So x is equal to 2. And the domain for all vertical parabolas, or any parabola in terms of x, is always going to be from negative infinity to infinity. So now what I need to do is I need to find the range and I need to graph it. So to graph it, I need to select some order pairs. The easiest numbers to select is to look at your x value of your vertex and pick 2 numbers below that and 2 numbers above that. So if I have 2 here, 2 numbers below that would be 0 and 1, and here's my 2, and then 2 numbers above that would be 3 and 4. So I'm going to plug these numbers into my equation and come up with my y value. So I have 2 times 0 minus 2 squared minus 3. So 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 minus 3 is 5. The next one's going to be 1 minus 2, or 2 times 1 minus 2 squared minus 3. So 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. Square, that's equal to 1. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. And then I'm going to plug in my 2. So I get 2 minus 2 squared minus 3. So 2 minus 2 is 0, and anything times 0 is going to be 0, and we get negative 3. And that's our vertex there. And then I plug in 3, so 2 times 3 minus 2 squared minus 3. We get 3 minus 2 is 1. Square, that's 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Minus 3, that gives me a negative 1. And then 2 times 4 minus 2 squared minus 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. So notice there's a pattern. 5, negative 1, 3, negative 3, and then negative 1, and then 5. So when I graph this, I know I'm going to be working on my first and third quadrant. So let me draw my first and third quadrant. This is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So I'm at 0, 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, negative 1. So 1, negative 1. 2, negative 3. So 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And then 3, negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, negative 1. And then 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I connect my dots. So then the last thing I need to do is to determine the range. To determine the range, because my graph opens up, my smallest y value would be the y value for my vertex, which is 2, negative 3. So my y value in the vertex is equal to negative 3. So the range is equal to negative 3, and then because I'm opening up, it's going to go to positive infinity. So when you're working with graphing a parabola, the first thing you want to check for is the vertex using the vertex formula. From the vertex, it's easy to determine the x-axis, and if your parabola is a vertical parabola, your domain's always going to be from negative infinity to infinity. Once you select your vertex, to come up with points to plug into your equation, try using 2 numbers below your x value of your vertex, 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above. And then you plug them into your equation, and these should have a pattern. Then once you plot it, then you can come up with a range.